or something.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. As you can see, me and Ryan are here. We've got a special guest. Hopefully, doing well, Ryan. You all right, mate?
I'm not doing too utterly fucking good because Germany just lost to fucking Poland. And I have to listen to all these damn Charlotte fans talking about Karol Swabinski or whatever the hell his fucking name is. So I have to listen to that shit from MLS fans. You know what I'm saying? Fucking MLS. Give me a break. But basically, Germany got their asses kicked. I think we're 7-5, I think. And that's 7 draws and 5 losses over the last like 15 games or some crazy shit like that. So yeah, I'm not too happy. But we do have David Ortiz here. I'll let him introduce himself. Feel free to shout out your teams.
I'm David Ortiz. I play for Mesquite Outlaws in the MASL. It's a professional indoor league here in the States. And then I'm also on the US men's futsal national team. So yeah, that's fun. That's me. That's who I'm playing with right now. And this is going to be exciting. I'm excited to be here.
Now, after last night, how in the hell can you run around and say I play for the U.S. men's national team after that shit show? It was a 3-0 win, but sweet baby Jesus, could that not have been more an ugly 3-0 win than I've ever seen?
Embarrassing, bro. I don't know what was going on.
I mean, I guess Mexico was like, hey, we want Weston McKennie's jersey, so we're just going to take it during the game. Why the fuck not? I don't know, Liam. I don't know if you saw it because the game started at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so that would have made it like 2 a.m. your time.
Yeah, definitely was up that time.
Yeah, and it's U.S. versus Mexico. Nobody gives a shit. But I mean, they literally fouled Weston McKennie and grabbed his shirt and ripped it completely off, and then Weston McKennie got into like pretty much a skirmish like he always does. And he got a red card at that one. And then later on in the game, somebody, I guess, bumped into Serginho Dest. And Serginho Dest, pushed him back. And then the Mexican player pushed him back. Then all hell broke loose again. Dest got a red card. So, yeah, they played, I think, we can't say the last 12 minutes of extra time because they only played 7 minutes extra time because, unfortunately, no offense to Mexico as a country, but your shitbaggy national team fans pulled the same shit they always pull, and they basically only played 7 minutes of extra time, and then they abandoned it because they did the chant that they love to do.
Yeah.
That's been outlawed by FIFA and everywhere else, and for some reason the Mexican Federation doesn't start booting people's asses out. But yeah, basically for, what was it, maybe the last 10 minutes of the game or so, the U.S. played with 9 players.
Yeah.
So, and how Mexico in 10 minutes didn't score at least 1 versus 9 guys, I ain't got a fucking clue. But I can't say a whole hell of a lot because Germany didn't score 1 against Poland, and Poland sucks. They've got an attacker, and that's about fucking it. And that shitbag clown we don't even talk about. So, but anyway. Because this is an interview and because we talk a lot of shit. David obviously wasn't prepared for this because he hasn't watched any of our shows.
I was mind blown.
But basically, we met in Cary, North Carolina during the TST event. And then I tried to get an interview with you there. But as you found out, 10-minute TST interview that we couldn't just never get. And it seems like once I look back, there's so many players that were in that tournament. And I was like, shit, I should have gotten an interview with that guy. I should have gotten an interview with that guy. Well, the longer I think on that, it turns into like a fucking Pokemon event. Like I'm running around with like Pokeballs, trying to catch this player, trying to catch that player. So, I mean, we didn't get to catch up then, but at least now you get an hour and a half to be interviewed and to bullshit. Versus 10 minutes. So, holy shit, we already got a chat? What the fuck, man? Oh, okay. Whew. I was going to say, holy shit, we already got people in the chat. Lord Jesus.
People are in here, man.
But before we start this, And before we start interviewing David and going around his career and stuff like that, make sure everybody goes to World Soccer Talk. Liam will put the link in the chat, pin the link in the chat. Make sure you go in there and vote for the Bayern View. David, when you got that soccer tournament tomorrow, right? Or that soccer camp tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I just finished coaching a camp right now, actually.
Okay, is there another day tomorrow?
Yeah, I have something tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, good. I want you to go to every one of those little kids, find their phones and their mama's phones, and be like, "Hey, you need to vote for this. You need to vote." Yeah, because I mean, we're beating the red ass TV or red man TV, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, but we're beating them by I think 4% the last time I checked.
5%.
Oh, back to 5%?
40 to 45, yeah.
Ah, okay. So we went back up to 5%. But we all know based off of that, there's only like 1,000 votes. Last year there was something like 35,000 votes in that specific category. And they ended up with like 21,000 votes. So basically what those big brands end up doing is like the week like leading into the last day, that's when they'll push for it. But we're up against like Arsenal fan TV, red ass TV, and shit like that. Yeah,
I already put my vote in.
We are by far the smallest brand out of all of them.
Yeah,
but we represent the best fucking team, so they can kiss our ass. So, but anyway, back to David. So you played for the U.S. futsal team, right?
Yeah.
Now, do y'all have like a World Cup in that, or?
Yeah. So COVID year, I actually made my debut on a FIFA World Cup, and it's same thing as like outdoor. It's every 4 years you got to go to CONCACAF and qualify and all that. So that qualifications is next year in March, and then World Cup is next year. That's in September.
Okay. Now is Nick Pereira, the guy from Sneaky Fox, is he on that one, or?
So he's on the beach team.
Okay. So he's not on the futsal team. He's just on the beach.
No.
Okay.
No. He came to one tryout, but then never came back. I don't know why, because he'd do good there too, but he's sticking to beach.
Now, speaking of like TST, there was a lot of like MASL guys out there.
Yeah,
like I want to say 99% of the SLC Canada guys were either indoor like futsal players or were MASL guys, and the same thing was with Newtown.
Yeah, the whole team was basically indoor guys except for like maybe one or two, but yeah, I knew all of them. I play against all of them. I play with some of them too on the national team. So yeah.
Now, do you think that a tournament like that helps the MASL?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, all the MASL guys, that's kind of more of our style of play, so it benefited us. And then obviously having a team that won it, like really promoted our league for sure, and hopefully it brings in more fans and all that.
Now, do they expand that like MLS, or how does it? Because I don't know if there's one around Charlotte, like around where I'm at.
So recently there's been a lot of expansions. I know next year there might be one in Vegas and then 2 more teams in Mexico. So that would be a total of 4 teams in Mexico that are playing with us as well. And then so every year or two you get like a new team. So it's starting to grow a lot recently too.
Okay, so you said there's 4 or potentially 4 in Mexico. Now, do they do like the MLS? So they're a part of your league and Canada's a part of your league? Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, basically. So this past season we did an East and West, and then basically all the Mexico teams were in the same division. So, but yeah, there's an East and a West. Last year there was 8 teams in each side, and then the first 6 go on to playoffs, basically.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Now, Liam, do y'all have an indoor league in England as well?
I'm really not sure, to be honest.
He's a fucking clown. Yeah. He doesn't watch shit. He watches Bayern. That's fucking it.
That's it.
And then and based on the discussion and his like 11, like best Bayern 11, we found out he knows shit about Bayern too. Sweet baby Jesus, this clown wanted to put Lewandowski up there.
I did not want to be in my team.
You circled Lucas Hernandez. The guy's been there like.
I circled.
I've got socks that have been in my closet longer than he's been at Bayern. Okay, now that says a lot about what I've got in my closet, but
I circled him to be like, what's he doing on here?
You should have circled some of those other ones that was in your damn lineup. But so what what's the type of player that you base your game off of? Like is there a specific like indoor player, or do you base it off of like everybody says like, oh, Messi, Ronaldo, knowing damn well they don't play like them?
So I mean, I've been in this indoor league for 3 seasons now, so barely 3 years. But I mean, I don't know if you really know any futsal players. I watch a lot of European futsal because in futsal there's still Champions League. There's still like in Spain there's a league and stuff like that. So I watch a lot of futsal. But when I was growing up, obviously playing outdoor and playing 11s and stuff, I would always watch Iniesta or Coutinho or James Rodriguez because I was usually that creative center mid. So I try to play like them. And then in indoor, I kind of play the same way, a little bit more hectic, obviously, in indoor, but I always try to find the final pass or take people one-on-one and stuff like that. So that's my style of play.
God damn, you make me feel old as shit. Growing up, I used to watch Coutinho. Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And hold on, and you said James Rodriguez? Like, yeah, because that guy, like being creative?
Well, yeah, because my mom's side of the family is Colombian, so you gotta love him at one point. You know what I mean?
I mean, you could go Valderrama.
Yeah, that him too. Obviously, he's more creative as well. I never really saw him play, but
fucking Jesus, yeah, I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm old as shit. Oh my God, yeah. Liam, have you ever seen Valderrama play?
Crazy hair.
Fuck, both of y'all. Jesus Christ. Like, have you? So you've never seen like Rennie? How do you say his last name? Rennie Huerta. Yeah, I always call it. Yeah. I call it Huerta. I don't know why, but But you've never seen him play like live?
So I mean, live no, but obviously through the culture and stuff, like you gotta watch back, and your parents educate you as well. So.
Jeez.
But yeah,
so Liam, you've never seen him play neither? Fuck both of y'all young kids. Jesus Christ. Like, I remember both of them playing, like, in the 94 World Cup. Like, I remember the scorpion kick, like, literally happening.
Against England.
Like, I remember that being on TV while I was watching it. I hate both of y'all. Y'all wouldn't even know it because y'all have to watch it on YouTube. Jesus Christ. How did I get put in this kid's table? Lord Jesus.
94? Did you say
yes?
94? I wasn't even born then.
Yeah, I was born in 2000, bro.
I was born in 98.
Fuck me, Jesus. Okay, somebody in the comments, please, sweet Lord baby Jesus, please tell me that somebody was alive when they played besides me. Holy crap. Yes, I remember the 1994 World Cup in the United States. I was there. I watched Germany play. And unfortunately, I was there. Well, I wasn't there, but I was alive when, what's his name? Oh, shit. What's Escobar's first name? Don't say Pablo either. Andres Escobar. That dude was good as shit. He was like extremely good, but it was just that like we watched Colombia play, and then they got beat, which was off of basically his screw up. But you know what I'm saying, the keeper wasn't paying attention. That's the reason it went in. And then, like, I think it was 3 or 4 days later, we were watching like Romania versus somebody else I think it was in one of the last group stage games or something. And there was like a news break at the half. because at that point every game was on ESPN. Like when, because obviously y'all weren't old enough to know that, but now you have, you know what I'm saying, you have games that staggered across like 2 or 3 channels, and you know what I'm saying, you get constant coverage. That it was, they set it up so solely 99% of games would only be on either ABC or ESPN, like all day. You didn't have like regularly scheduled program shit then. It was soccer all day. But it came across and I was like, what the fuck? So like, yeah, so it's like that was my first or second thing of tragedy in the game. But it's like, holy shit, I remember that, and neither one of you two fuckers were alive.
Yeah. But
we definitely can't talk about classic soccer because y'all weren't even alive.
But there's a good documentary on Netflix about him, about Andres. It's really, really good. Like if you
Which
want
one?
to watch it.
The Tale of Two Escobars?
No, I forgot what it's called, but I think it's like
because ESPN did a okay, because ESPN did a really good job in that 30 for 30, the Tale of Two Escobars or something like that.
Yeah,
because I mean it essentially explains why Pablo kind of clashed with him. And I mean, if you, I mean, obviously y'all weren't alive then, but if the clubs out of Colombia at that time were fucking ungodly. They I mean, they were along the same lines as like a PSG, a Man City, stuff like that, because they didn't have oil money. They had cocaine money, which was still about as much as like, say, Qatar's pumping into PSG or the Saudis are pumping into Newcastle. I mean, that's honestly, when people sit there and are like, oh yeah, we can't support Man City or whatever because it's sport washing. Well, I didn't see y'all saying shit in the 90s when Nacional is
everybody.
Is sport washing all of Colombia, and then the national team trained in prison where Pablo Escobar was before they went to the US for the World Cup. I mean, everybody that was on the World Cup squad played for essentially a narco like owned team. So it's like, I didn't see none of y'all giving a shit back then, but y'all all of a sudden are righteous as hell now. But guess that's what happens with some of those writers. So they don't care, but I guess they got to stay up somehow. But anyway, back to present day, since I'm dealing with kids. But so like, what type of teams do you follow now?
So I mean, it's a little embarrassing right now, but Barcelona, I'm a big Barca fan. And then, but I mean, I watch all type of soccer, obviously.
How the fuck do we get these guests like this, man? We gotta clear these people. We had a City fan with Romero. Now we got a fucking Barca fan. Oh my Jesus Christ, man. We really got. I'm gonna have to interview y'all before the interview next time to make sure y'all ain't a part of that.
It's like a questionnaire.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So go ahead. You follow some random team from Spain.
So yeah, I follow them. I mean, obviously growing up with the Busquets, the Iniestas, the Xavis, and stuff like that, I fell in love with how they played. So that's why I chose them.
And you still follow them even though they play nothing like they used to.
I mean,
the beautiful game that they played under Pep Guardiola is now dog sack of shit under Xavi Hernandez.
Yeah, it's not the same, obviously, but I mean, I'll support them, but I don't even watch them play now because it's just bad. It's that bad.
But okay, but I mean, at least you're honest about it. Now, how did it, as a Barcelona fan, how did it make you feel when you started seeing like the financials just kind of go straight to hell? I think his name, what was it, Bartherau or something like that?
Yeah, Bartomeu, yeah.
Yeah, when he started just completely screwing the finances, and then when you try to fix them, it's basically sell off massive parts of the club, like your entertainment side and all that kind of stuff. How did that make you feel, knowing that your club's just getting financially just ripped to shreds?
Yeah, I mean, it's like at the end of the day, you ask yourself how did it get to this point? You know what I mean? So it's embarrassing to be honest, but I mean, somehow you just gotta thug it out and keep supporting them. But at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, it's like how how did it get to this point? You know what I mean? Like having
Yeah.
so much money, so much structures, having everything that you need and want. You know what I mean? Having the players around you that you need and want, and then to have one president just to fuck you over basically like that. It
Now,
sucks.
you said that there's futsal teams in Europe that you watch and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, how big of I guess a hurdle is it to go from where you play versus say the level that they play?
I mean, honestly, because of my age, I don't think it's that hard right now. Hopefully, I
Mm.
continue with the national team, right? And then hopefully, I have a good CONCACAF qualification. Hopefully, I have a good World Cup, and then get looked at that way. You know what I mean? Um, I I think that's the gateway to me playing overseas futsal and stuff like
Mm.
that. And then obviously, two of my teammates right now play pro futsal in Italy, so
Okay.
they have good connections, and they're obviously on the older side, ready to retire. So they were even talking about them becoming a sports agent or a scout or whatever to help us go over there. So I'm just trying
Well,
to stay
I
patient and do
I
my
used to
thing.
be an
And
agent.
really,
Yeah, yeah, you heard what I said. I used to be an agent.
that's crazy.
Just saying.
Yeah, but any
But
connects that I can get, let me
but
know.
like
But
I mean, does like Barcelona have like a team or Madrid or
yeah,
stuff like that, or are they kind
yeah.
of like
So
just the random
no,
other teams?
no. So I know, like in Spain, Real Betis, Barcelona, Mallorca, like a bunch of other teams have it. Not all of them, but
Okay,
most of them. And then in Madrid, there's not a Real Madrid, but there's two teams in Madrid as well. It's not Atletico and Real Madrid, but they're basically like affiliated under a different name. You know what I mean?
okay. So it's
So
kind of like
it's
the
still,
women's team used to be, because
yeah,
Real
kind of
Madrid's
like that.
women's team used to be
Used
like
to be
something
something else.
something Madrid, and then
Yeah,
Real just was like, well, we'll just go buy that team and make that our
yeah.
women's team.
So
Okay, so
basically,
basically, if you look at that, like the La Liga now, is it still called La Liga there,
yeah,
or La,
it's the
La
same
Liga
thing.
de Futsal or something?
It's La Liga Movistar, I think, or something different. It's a little bit different,
Okay,
but same thing, same thing.
but like, so when you look at like say the standings there, there's names that people know, but
Oh
then you're
yeah,
gonna have that off-brand team that not many
yeah,
people. Okay, so it's
yeah,
kind of like the women's Bundesliga.
yeah.
Like you'll see
Basically,
a Bayern Munich, a Wolfsburg, a Frankfurt, but then you'll see like Potsdam or you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, some
yeah,
other smaller squad. Okay.
yeah. It's just like that. And obviously, the past like 4 or 5 years, Barcelona's been running the league over there and winning Champions League and stuff like that. So they're the big dogs right now. So that's who I tend to watch a lot. I'd rather watch the football team than the outdoor team right now, to be honest.
Well, I mean, who's in the Champions League?
Uh, honestly, there's a bunch of teams. I know there's. You go to Portugal, you still have Benfica, you still have Porto. You go to those are really really good teams. You still have Sporting. Those are three really good teams that usually make semifinal finals. In the recent 10 years, you obviously you have Barcelona, you have Real Betis, that are really really good. That are first and second always in Spain right now. You go all around Europe, really, you'll find like Dynamo Zagreb from Croatia, right? They
Yeah.
have a good futsal team. But yeah, so it's like all over Europe, it's basically like how you said the women's Bundesliga. Like you'll see big names, and then randomly you'll see like this off-brand, like who are they? But they're really big at where they're from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't think Bayern has one that I know of.
I
Because
don't think
I know
so.
we have a chess team.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
No, nobody really knew that Bayern had a chess team. I didn't know that until I looked through like if you look at the on the Bayern website, it's like our teams or our
Yeah,
squads, and it's
yeah,
like the esports team, the over 30s team, the
yeah.
legends team. Then it's like chess team. I'm like chess team. What the fuck? What?
Do you need a,
Why?
you need a team for chess? I thought it was one. I thought it was one player.
I
It's
I didn't.
probably like two.
I think it's kind of like the esports group. There's like 3 people that are like signed to Bayern, but they play, I guess, in like the chess Bundesliga. So we've got a chess team, but we don't have a futsal team or an indoor team.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
quite
that's
crazy.
crazy.
That's terrible.
That's
terrible.
With the facilities that you guys have, I'm surprised like there's no football team. I feel like they would run it too. Like
Well, I mean,
everybody.
it's kind of like the women's game. If you look at the women's Bundesliga, everybody would assume that Bayern would be winning it the same amount as the men do. But in all reality, Bayern has won a decent amount of the women's titles, but nowhere near what like Wolfsburg has won. Frankfurt is just as dominant, but Wolfsburg is like the top end, and it's the women's variation of the men from Bayern Munich. Bayern's finally investing into the women's team, so we're finally winning titles. But yeah, I mean, do you know any of the teams that are in the German futsal league?
Honestly,
that you can just off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, not right now, but
Okay. Because I'd assume maybe Hertha Berlin or something in Berlin. Because there's a lot of, and I didn't realize how many actual teams, indoor, outdoor, all that shit that's actually in the city of Berlin. They have close to like 300 teams in Berlin.
Yeah.
But I mean, like who's the? I don't want to say who's the Messi or the Ronaldo of the futsal world, but who would you classify as like the best player in the world in that?
Probably his name is Ferrao. He's Brazilian and he plays on Barcelona. He's a forward. Dude, insane. Dude, you just play his feet. He plays like a lot back to goal, and you just spin on everybody. Like perfect layoff. His right foot, left foot is the same thing. Probably him. He's won the best player recently, like 2 times in a row recently. And then there's this one player that I look at a lot. He actually just this season transitioned into outdoor. He's playing professional in Brazil outdoor, but he's Brazilian. His name was Leozinho. He's 23. He's 23 and won Young Player of the Year 3 times in a row.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, insane.
Like world young player.
Yeah, world young player. Like after World Cup and like seeing him play and stuff, it's insane. Like that's who I wanted to play, like similar to in the futsal indoor world. His name is Lozinho. But now he transitioned. He's 24, 25 now, and he transitioned into outdoor. So he's playing.
Now, how hard is that transition?
Honestly,
because I know it's hard to go from 11 v 11 to like the 7v7 indoor.
So I mean the way I put it through my experiences, like I grew up playing futsal. There's a team here in Dallas called City Futsal for like youth players and stuff, and we'll go play nationals and regionals and stuff like that. So my transition wasn't as hard because I already had that kind of background. But if you've never played futsal before and you're like say a typical center back or a typical 6 or whatever, it'd be really, really hard. Really hard because you gotta step on the ball, you gotta know how to turn your body. Like in futsal, you can't really like let's say in 11v11, you can kind of like hide a player somewhere, you know what I mean? You can walk around and stuff, but in futsal and indoor, you're constantly moving, constantly like you have to have the ball. You can't hide. You know what I mean? If you hide, then your team's like fucked. You know what I mean?
So it's easier probably for like say an attacker to make a move from futsal out than it is say for a center back or a defender type player to make the move from 11v11 indoor.
Yeah, probably. Like for example, in my indoor team, my national team teammate, I have a teammate name. His name is Eric Macias, and he's a typical 6 or center back. But in indoor, he's the last defender because you got to play out of the back. You know what I mean? So
and noticing from the TST tournament where there was a bunch of MASL futsal and indoor guys, you could tell the difference of like say an indoor keeper versus an 11v11 keeper. Like an 11v11 guy, like say the guy from Como or the guy from Tel Aviv, They were big dudes.
Yeah.
Or Mark Howard from Wrexham. They were big guys. But when you see like, you know what I'm saying, keepers from like say the Canadian guys, the Newtown keeper and stuff like that, they were like smaller, like quicker reacting guys. And it's almost like they have to fall faster.
Yeah, and on top of that, they're usually typically like better with their feet as well. Like you can play the ball to them, and it's just like another player. Like my teammate, he played with Zala, Pollo. His name is Pollo Cortez. Yeah, he played at the TST, and you know he scored I think 2 goals or whatever. And in the indoor season, you can play it to his feet, and you're comfortable with him. Like literally, you can. Like he could dribble 1-on-1 if he had to in the moment and make a perfect pass. You know what I mean? Like,
and what you're talking about the goalkeeper?
Yeah,
for Zala.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
because he
was
good
enough to be a field player.
He was the guy when they played Como and it went down to like what was it? 2 outfield players and a goalkeeper, and he just
one. Yeah.
Well, no, it was 2.
Two. Yeah,
it was
2
2 outfield. Yeah, and he came all the way down the field.
Yeah.
And like Patrick Catrone, which everybody knows is a star in Italy, and you could tell that Como didn't understand to hold the ball until you see where you're going to put the ball and put it in the damn net. Yeah. They would just take that shot and then just run down the field like any 11v11 team.
Yeah.
But Zala, when they did their comeback from 3-0, they just walked it down the field. Pass. You know what I'm saying? Just pass it around. And eventually they were making, like, I don't know if you saw it, but they made one of the shots. Shit, dude was like right beside the post and just put it like, And it was like, okay, well, these guys, if your keeper's not willing to come out and play, you're kind of fucked.
No, that's the thing. Like you, back post tap-ins, because obviously in indoor and futsal there's no offside, so it's already like put into our brain, like get to the back post. Like even if it's a bad shot, it's a simple tap-in. You know what I mean? And then obviously like goalies come out and play with their feet a lot. Like if you have space, usually in 11v11, you'll dribble or like make the pass off the get-go. But like in indoor and futsal, you wait until they approach you a yard away and then you give the pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're that, and so you could see the 2 different styles of play. Obviously, like you said in TST, because that's what helped out the indoor guys.
And I think that's what I think TST is going to be the thing of teaching 11v11 guys. If you're going to come to that tournament, you better learn how to play a quick pass and move the ball quickly and in small spaces. Because if you look at the final like $1 million shot from Newtown, I mean, Ruggles' assist is probably just as
insane.
And yes, I've called it shithousery, because to do that in a $1 million game, and you know what I'm saying, you mess up one slight bit, you cost your entire team $1 million. And he goes behind the back, and it's like, okay, if he can do that, that's because he learned it from MASL, from futsal, from indoor. But you would never see like say the Dortmund guys or Wrexham's guys. Well, Wrexham's guys were like 900 years old. They probably didn't know how to do that shit. But the thing is you wouldn't see many of those guys trying to pull that shit. So just straight up, it's like savage and shithousery all in one, because it's like, dude, it's $1 million, bro.
and if you see Ruggles on the daily in the MASL, and then I play with him on the national team too as well, like that's him. Like he'll out of the back, he'll make a Rabona pass if he wanted to straight to your feet. You know what I mean? He's that confident. He has like balls to do that. You know what I mean? Like any other player would have probably choked and like tried to poke it into the goal last second or something, or like brought it back, passed it all the way back. But him knowing his tight spaces and knowing like his confidence, like one of the best defenders and players I've ever played with and against. Like nobody else would have done that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Do we got y'all?
Okay.
All right. I think his internet over there. Well, over there, his internet sucks. But my question is, Now, what's the difference in like futsal and like the because everybody was saying Noons, the guy from Newtown, the striker for Newtown. They were saying that he was arguably one of the best 7v7 players on the planet. Now, is that indoor or is that futsal or how does that work?
So here there's another national team that I play for. So it's called mini football. So mini football, we just had a tournament in Croatia actually, and we beat Romania. We beat like a bunch of like top 10 in the world teams or whatever. But mini football is a 6v6. So it's like basically the same size field, just a little bit shorter, and then one less guy. So it's 6v6 and no walls, obviously. So a lot of my teammates obviously played the TSC, so like we knew like how to play. And then there's indoor, which is also 5 and a goalie, but there's walls, so there's no out of bounds. So that's a little bit different. You know, the game, the style of play, like you can ping a long ball, have it bounce off the wall into your forward for a tap in and stuff. Like there's little nicks and tricks. Yeah, there's little nicks and tricks that you learn in MASL and indoor because of the walls, instead of mini football where there's the same thing but no walls. And then obviously futsal, it's 4 and a goalie with different style rules. Like you can't pass it back to the goalie after he rolls it out and stuff. So you have to show for the ball. You have to want and play out of the back and stuff. Obviously there's out of bounds in that one with kick-ins and stuff. So
now, is Nunes that good? Because I know he plays at Grêmio in Brazil. So is he? Would you classify him as being like top end, one of the best?
No, yeah, for sure. Like if I could bring him into the indoor league right now, like I would. Like he'd be insane. I feel like he'd just tear up everything.
So basically, indoor is and MASL is the indoor with the boards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now can you check a motherfucker off that board like hockey?
So sadly, no, because
Fuck that. I don't want to watch that shit.
But it happens. But it still happens all the time. It still happens all the time.
So they check the shit out of somebody like, bow.
I'm usually the guy that's getting hit into the board. You know what I mean? Because I'm usually taking people on and then boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bullshit. They throw your ass up because you're tiny as shit.
Bro, but yeah.
I mean, you're a tall guy, but you're like me. Yeah. We're lanky and fast, and it's hard to catch us. But yeah, splattering us against the wall, that's pretty easy.
So in indoor though, every time you like do that, it's a blue card. In a blue card, you got to play with a man down for 2 minutes.
What is a blue card?
Yeah, you have to play a man down for 2 minutes.
So it's like a power play.
Yeah, so basically you're on the power play for 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I definitely can't. I can't watch MASL because that's way too many rules. That's way too many rules.
Trust me. The how hectic it is and how fun it is just a big entertainment thing. You know what I mean? It's not really soccer because of the walls and the crazy rules. But if you start watching it, you probably love watching it. You know what I mean?
Now, do they have like a broadcast thing or is it streamed online?
So 2 seasons ago, it was every game was live on YouTube, and then this season every game was live on Twitch. So they're trying to do both and trying to grow the league that way.
As long as y'all don't go to Apple, we're good. Fuck Apple.
Yeah.
And that shit. Yeah, I like my Android. I don't like that Apple shit. All right, so now is it on the MASL Twitch page or on like the team's Twitch page?
No, the MASL has a Twitch page, and then the MASL has a YouTube page. So every game that was broadcasted last year through Twitch got posted afterwards in YouTube, so people can rewatch it and stuff.
Okay, all right. So is now that's more along the lines of like say the game of the week or like the Monday Night Football version, or do they like actually do like multiple games?
No, they do multiple games. Like obviously, there's 4 Twitch accounts for MASL. There's obviously MSL 1, 2, 3, 4. So because a lot of the games are at the same time.
Okay.
Usually, like the game of the week is usually on the first one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the other ones they get played and get viewed or whatever if you want to. But yeah.
All right, let's see what some of these people have said on here.
Well,
you guys should follow the indoor league. It's fun to watch. I don't know who Pilar Ortiz is, but she is very active.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, that's your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Mom. I was about to say she is very active, and I didn't want to sit there and say, okay, let me be clear. David Ortiz, I did not want to be that guy that just assumed someone on YouTube with the last name Ortiz you were related to.
Yeah.
I did not want to be that guy. I haven't been canceled yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. Okay,
Yeah.
I've been attempted to cancel multiple times, but they can get fucked. Let's see. Damn, your mom does know. She's like the connection between the cartel and soccer was a bit. See, I like your
No,
mom.
my mom lived through it all. So like she saw it all live and stuff like that.
So did I. What are you trying to do? Say me and your mom's old as shit?
No, I'm not saying that.
You are in trouble now, sir.
He's saying you're old as shit. He's not saying.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see. We'll ask David this, since he probably doesn't know much about the German national team. Will Hansi Flick be departing from Germany anytime soon?
I think he should, to be honest.
Okay.
Because of the obviously the recent type of games that they've been having and stuff, but I think he should. I feel like Germany just needs a whole new restart.
I mean, we've already done that once, though. We did the DOS reboot in the early 2000s.
I just think it's time to do it again. You know what I mean? Same thing with like a lot of national teams right now, but I feel like it's Germany, especially with the talent.
Fucking USA guy.
I know, but with the talent that they have, it's insane. It's insane. You know what I mean? I feel like they're not using
the USA guy.
Yeah, no, that's
that just hired Greg Burkhalter back.
Yeah, that was stupid. But
so explain to me how Gio Reyna is going to continue to play on a team that his parents damn near tried to lock up the damn coach for some stupid reason.
Yeah,
I mean, if based off his Gio Reyna's hairdo last night, somebody need to lock him up. I don't know what the hell bleach garbage he's got. All right, let's see what else we got. Ask about the 8-2. So I'm gonna ask, how did that make you feel?
Dude, I
do we need to lay you on the couch? Do we need to lay you on the couch and do like therapy?
No, I didn't. I knew Bayern was gonna take it. Obviously, being honest, but I was not expecting
that bad.
8.
Yeah.
I was expecting like a 3-1.
Honestly, that's along the lines I was thinking, like maybe 3-1, maybe 4-2-ish. The thing for me that still stands out, besides Vidal running off at his fucking mouth and like, oh, he's playing Barcelona. We're not playing. They're not playing a Bundesliga team. Well, shit, Bundesliga teams put up more of a fight than that shit. Yeah. But watching Messi, like, and in the years that I've watched him play, and yes, I've watched before he even existed to now, watching him quit, I've never seen a player of that caliber literally just stop. Yeah, and I think it was I could be wrong, but I think it was the Davies assist where he kind of made what's his name? That was Nelson Semedo, right?
Yeah, he was going up against Semedo, yeah.
And made him just look like a fucking clown from hell.
Yeah.
But before he got there, that's when I saw Messi quit. Because Davies just kind of like danced around him and Messi just was like, and it's like, okay, for a player of his caliber and what everybody knows he's capable of, for him to get to that point, that's when I knew the beginning of the end of him in Barcelona was coming quickly. Because you could tell he was like, dude, because the team that you had on paper was amazing.
Yeah.
But on paper, amazing maybe 4 years prior to that. You see what I'm saying? Like you had the Busquets and the fucking guy that Shakira kicked to the fucking curb. then you had Suarez, which I guess Suarez has come to the MLS for some fucking reason. But I mean, looking at that team online or on paper, that team shouldn't have at least scored 2 goals on its own, not David Alaba scoring one for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and okay, let me switch real quick since it's on my brain. Speaking of David Alaba, and I don't know if Liam saw this from Bavarian Football Works. So this is for everybody that's in the chat. For me, Lucas Hernandez could get fucked. And strictly the reason why I say that is because his paycheck is the reason why David Alaba left and went to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to blame, and Liam, you've probably seen it. Everybody wanted to blame Leroy Sané, and Sané came and screwed our wage bill up and stuff like that. Well, come to find out, it was actually, like I said when he showed up, it was Lucas Hernandez that did that. So for me, we could still have David Alaba. So yeah,
for sure. I'd take Alaba over Lucas any day.
Now let me ask you, since we're on that. All right, so Lucas Hernandez goes to PSG, right?
Mm.
Kim Min-jae, what do you think of Kim Min-jae? Because I didn't think we had a chance in hell. But over the last couple of days, it seems like we really do have a chance to get him. I mean, what are your thoughts, David, on Kim Min-jae?
I mean, I think he'd fit. I feel like he'd be. I mean, obviously Bayern. If you look at Bayern's team on paper, it's insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he would add a little bit something different, because I feel like Bayern's been doing the same little thing, like the same playing style. I feel like he'll bring in something a little bit different. Give a little bit more than Lucas Hernandez, because Lucas has been doing, like, he's been injured a lot, right? He's been injured in and out of injury,
that alone,
like that.
He offers something, a healthy fucking body.
Yeah, he's healthy. He's healthy,
a guy that plays.
And I feel like he's hungry. I feel like Lucas Hernandez got complacent too. He was like, okay, I'm making this much money. I'm a little bit hurt on my hamstring. Won a World Cup. Like, okay, I'm done. You know what I mean? That's the mindset I saw when even in that 8-2 game. You know what I mean? Like, and now, like, he's like complacent. Obviously he'll play hard and stuff, but I feel like the other guy,
since he's left Madrid, it doesn't seem like he's. When he plays, he's an amazing player.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's when he plays. So I mean, now granted, the other one, and I think he played for Barcelona at some point. Pau Torres. It seems Pau Torres is now a candidate. Even more, because I know I said on the last episode that I thought Pau Torres was a shitbag and fucking we didn't have a chance in him. We didn't want him. But for what they're using him for, as far as if Benjamin Pavard leaves, Pau Torres comes in because he's a cheaper alternative. And for me, if for that being a one of one, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because if bringing in a Pau Torres to replace a Lucas Hernandez, it's fucking stupid. But Torres for Pavard makes more sense, because Torres can play. I think he can play like right back and shit like that too. Sort of can play that.
Yeah. I think he's, from what's being put out there, if you believe it or not, I think he's actually the backup to Kim Min-jae. And I'm going to shove this one on the screen. For some reason today, I think Pavard's replacement is looking to be Kyle Walker.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Like I always say, no hate against the English people, but keep those fucking players the hell in England. I want them.
It's Tuchel. It's Tuchel.
Well, then he can fucking shove off too.
100%.
I mean, okay, but technically, like Hoiberg or however the fuck you say his damn name, technically he was a Bayern player to start with.
Yeah, he was.
So I mean, I don't have a problem with him coming back from that shit team that he plays on in Tottenham. I don't have a problem with him leaving those shit birds and coming here. But it's like, as far as like David being a Barcelona fan, what do you think about the rumors of who did they just put up for sale for 85 million? Jules Koundé. You just signed him, and now they're putting him up for sale for 85 million.
I think he should just get another chance. Just stay on the squad because I feel like more changes here or there. Like if you keep the same center backs, the same right backs, like you know what I mean. Just build that chemistry. That's what Barcelona doesn't have right now. I feel like Kunde can stay. Maybe kick out someone else. I honestly I wouldn't know who, but Kunde can stay. I don't think he's bad.
I'd kick out Andres Christensen. I think
Yeah,
Christensen's
there
fucking
you go.
dog shit.
There you go. You can kick out Christensen. I don't know why you even got him. You know what I mean? To
Now,
begin with, but
do you let Serginho Dest come back and stay? Because I know I've heard Dest to come back to Barcelona, but I also heard he comes back to Barcelona and y'all let him go. Like y'all end up selling him.
see, if he does come back, he should stay. But if he see, that's the thing. I love the way he plays. I mean, maybe that's me being biased or whatever, but like
You're
I don't
biased
know
as
if he's
fuck because he's fucking terrible.
but I don't know like he's not consistent. He has flashy moments and his game isn't matured yet. Whenever his game matures, then I feel like he'll be really, really good. You know what I mean?
But
And
see,
I feel like
my issue is he's kind of like the complete opposite of Timothy Chandler. Like Timmy Chandler, when he plays for Frankfurt, is amazing. When he plays for the U.S., he's dog shit. Serginho Dest is like almost the complete opposite. When he plays for the U.S., he's insane, but he can't do it on a consistent basis. And that's my issue with Dest. Besides, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm like pinpointing. Like if he stays consistent and matures his game, he could be like he has the capabilities that I don't want to say of a Danny Alves, but his style of play of going, attacking, being that fullback that's just going on top of your left back, you know what I mean? He could be that if he matures his game. Like you saw the red card that he did, like that's immature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's my biggest but the same thing you can say it's immature on behalf of Weston McKennie doing the same stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a badass, and it's like Weston. We all know you're the tubby kid that nobody likes. You know what I'm saying? They rip that shirt off. Everybody claims Serge Gnabry's fat. You rip that shirt off, he's jacked. You rip Weston McKennie's shirt off, he looks like a little fat kid. I fucking said it. Yeah, what's up, Weston McKennie? You fat bastard.
You took me straight off my train of thought now.
I tend to do that.
Obviously, he was playing centre back before you brought him in, and then obviously they put him to a right back. Would you like to see him play more as a centre back?
Kunde?
Yeah.
I would stick him at center back because that's the one of the main reasons why we bought him because PK's leaving and stuff like that. He's a true center back. I'd rather put Araujo at right back because he does a better job. Araujo at right back and Kunde at center back. I don't know him being a right back. He's not a right back.
Araujo's from where? Uruguay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, because who was it they played where he just got completely blasted? I don't know. It may have been in the World Cup. It may not have been, but he just got completely like embarrassed. But then the very next time they came down, he like went for a tackle, hit the ball, and the dude went flying like 10 feet because he just like kicked the shit out of the ball. And it's like, well, it's not a foul, but that dude flew a long way.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing with him is like in the first leg against Bayern this year, I think I want to say Araujo and Kunde were both in that first match, and we pretty much ate their ass alive. We didn't do a whole hell of a lot in that first game, but I mean, when we needed to score, we scored. And then in the second game, I want to say Araujo was still there, but Kunde was injured, or was it Araujo that was injured and Kunde was in?
I think Araujo was injured because there was a moment where he might have not been able to go to the World Cup.
Was that the 2-0?
Yeah, it's the second one, second leg.
Both Araujo and Kunde were both playing.
In the first one or the second one?
Second.
Okay, who was missing in the first one then?
Let me have a look.
Because I know one of them was missing in one of the matches. The first one was 3-0 and the second was 2-0, right?
Araujo was missing in the first one. Kunde played centre back that game.
Okay, and that's the one we scored 3 on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at least we know when you bring Araujo and Kunde on at the same time, you're at least one goal better.
Yeah, somewhat better.
You still can't touch us, but shit happens.
No,
Well,
yeah,
it doesn't help.
recently.
They've got Bella in. That doesn't help.
What?
Yeah,
Hector Bellerin.
They just signed him, or was he there last year?
They had him in the game we beat them 3-0.
Are you serious? Y'all have that shit back on your team? Why?
And there's Barca's, whoever does Barca scouting or transfers
are fucking
stuff,
terrible.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
They're terrible.
Like, I don't know. It's just so many changes, last minute changes. Then we have a guy in recently for the past 5 years. It's just guy in for 5 or a season or 2, then out. Then you replace him for someone that's the same or worse, and then he gets out. And it's like, it's like for what? You know what I mean? Keep the same guys. Just go with the flow in that aspect. Build chemistry that way. You know what I mean? Like, Serginho. Like, for me, Serginho should the loan to AC Milan helped him. But if he would have stayed and like someone put their trust in him, he would have exploded that season too at Barcelona. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what I'm going for.
Now the thing is what about Rafinha leaving? Because it seemed like y'all only want like 50 or 60 million for him.
I don't know. I don't want him to leave. If you look, I tell people this because I had this convo with one of my friends earlier. Like, if you only watch him play, his movements, his through balls, his speed, his 1v1s, like, he'll go 1v1 10 times and probably fuck up like 6, but those 4 he'll create an assist or score. You know what I mean? I don't want him to leave. He's one of the reasons, like instead of obviously bringing back Neymar, Rafinha, put him in. He's younger. He's more fit. He's more electric right now. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Now my only issue with Barcelona is you had Rafinha starting on one side. Who's starting on the other side? Dembele?
Either Dembele or Ferran Torres, or one of those.
Yeah. Ferran Torres may have been y'all's biggest fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah,
because if the thing that I looked at was, I think Lewandowski ended the season with 26 goals or 28 goals, somewhere in 26, and then now he won the Golden Boot, right, for La Liga with 26.
Yeah.
And then I think Benzema was second with 24 or some shit like that.
22, 24, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't that far away.
So he goes from 42 goals in the Bundesliga to 26.
Yeah.
And I will tell you straight up, the bottom half of La Liga is trash. Yeah. The bottom half of the Bundesliga is bad, but it ain't Eibar bad. So to have those types of players, how does that let's see, what's the easiest way or best way to put it? How does it look to you when you have, like, say, Serge Gnabry and Coman, or Serge Gnabry and Leroy Sané to get the assists and getting 42 goals, but yet you have like a Torres and a Dembele and Rafinha can only get Lewandowski to 26? I mean, do you see that, like, maybe you may need another guy out wide that kind of sets some stuff up easier, or is Gavi not that guy?
I feel like they can be, but they're not there yet. The same thing as like they're just not mature. They try their best for themselves at the moment, and Lewandowski needs that people that are gonna play for him as well. You know what I mean? Like, Bayern was all about for him. Like, do what you can and give him a goal, give him the ball, because you know he's gonna score. You know what I mean? I feel like
y'all have guys that think that they can score on their own, which we found out very quickly a lot of them can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, and I feel like Barcelona has everything to win whatever they want to, but they're just not clicking in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, being a Barca fan and living in the U.S., you've seen the rise and fall of Rui. How do you say his name? Rui Puig.
Puig,
Yeah.
yeah, Puig.
You've seen the rise and fall of that clown ass. How does it ring for you or make you feel as a Barca fan watching him play at LA Galaxy and knowing he was supposed to be the next Iniesta, and now he's fucking barely anything in the MLS?
No, I thought he was gonna be the next Iniesta for sure. The way that he played growing up in the academy, and like I have one of my uncles, he's a Madrid fan, and even he was saying like, dude, this kid is sick. Like this kid is the next thing for the Spain national team, the next thing for Barcelona. Like he's sick, and I also thought so too. Like watching him play, how he always wants the ball. He always wants to be the guy creating, doing something. You know what I mean? He's electric. He's everywhere.
But yet
you know what I mean?
he pulls his jersey up and holds it up like Messi did, and he's like celebrating like that against 16-year-olds with LAFC.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
So I mean, he went from way up here to fucking down here somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dog shit.
Honestly, I don't know what went wrong, but obviously, when you see him play now, it's not the same as when he was starting to play with the first team at Barcelona.
Yeah.
I don't know what killed his drive. I don't know what it was, but
I was gonna say, do you think? I was gonna say the same thing. Is it his ego? Is it his? He got a big head at a young age.
I feel like. I mean, obviously, I don't know him personally. Maybe it could be that, but the way he is on the pitch, I don't think it was that. I feel like it was the amount of pressure thrown on him being the next Iniesta at 16, 17. You know what I mean? It got to him. So that getting to him made him, I mean, kind of like try harder than you have to do. Like he put that pressure on himself. Like I feel like he put the pressure on in the aspect of, I have to be the guy. And if I don't get an assist or goal, then my confidence is shit. You know what I mean?
So now now we know Pedri is at this point is that guy. Pedri's that solid guy, even though y'all run him to fucking death. And I mean that's a Spain issue, that's a Barca issue. I mean they're trying to kill that kid. But is Gavi that guy?
Again, like I don't know what's up with this Barca youth, but if they're mature, like, but obviously Gavi has everything to play, right? He's a perfect midfielder, box to box. He brings in energy. He brings in all his emotion. He brings in the passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously he tends to lose his head as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could, in 2-3 years, that could be really, really good for him or really, really bad for him. You know what I mean? So
now, do you think
him to find that balance?
Do you see Gavi as being better? Okay, we'll do better or worse, and we'll just lightning round it. Gavi, better or worse than Jude Bellingham?
Worse.
So he's worse. Okay, Gavi, better or worse than Jamal Musiala?
That's a tough one.
I'll fucking fight you. You better know what to say, boy.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say worse just because of his hot-headedness. You know what I mean? Musiala he just slows. You know what I mean?
Well, my only issue with those two is Gavi isn't a goal scorer. Yeah. He doesn't create in small spaces as well as Musiala. Now he may be a better, like say, box to box guy.
Yeah.
But for what Musiala's best at and versus what he's bad at, I don't think Gavi's being good at going forward and backwards because he's decent at attacking. He's decent at defending. Musiala's extremely good at attacking. Maybe I guess you could say decent at defending. Mm-hmm. So I'd say just because he's exceptional at attacking, maybe that puts him above Gavi on that. Now, okay, so Musiala better or worse than Jude Bellingham?
I would choose Jude. I know that.
Liam. It doesn't hurt me because I mean, my thing is I have them both on the same level. I don't have them like one better than the other because Jude can defend. Jude can't shoot for shit compared to what Musiala can do.
Yeah.
But so I have them kind of even. But I know Liam takes that shit personal because normally he has his like Musiala shit in the background, and he has like the Musiala jersey and the pictures, and I think he goes to bed. Well, we'll pretend.
Oh, yeah. Skip that part. It's gonna get real weird real quick.
And I don't think YouTube is in here yet, but or at all. But we will say we are starting a GoFundMe because Liam is trying to get Ousmane Dembele to Bayern Munich.
No.
So we're gonna start. We're still starting that GoFundMe, so we can fund the Ousmane to Munich, knowing damn well I don't want that piece of shit at Bayern Munich, but Liam wants him so bad.
No,
like that's his dream signing. What would you say if Bayern Munich takes Ousmane Dembele because that's Liam's dream signing?
I mean, it makes way for someone else to come in at this point. You know what I mean? I want a healthy him, a consistent healthy him. I'd keep him all day, for sure. But
look at him trying to say that's cap. Man, look at you, buddy. You're from the UK.
Yes.
You're a goober.
But, yeah.
You don't know what that's cap means. You don't know what that means. You were born in '98. You're too old for that shit.
I'll do an English thing then.
Oh shit. Now we're gonna learn some Cockney or some shit. Oh Lord Jesus. Let's see what else we got in here. That's not English. That's American.
What do you guys speak though? What do you guys speak?
Huh?
What do you speak? You don't speak American.
That's fucked up, man. Why are you gonna say some shit like that? I speak German American. What's up? How do you feel about that, buddy? Let's see. Somebody said you just realized that Thomas Tuchel lost his damn mind. Oh yeah, because he wants Kai Havertz. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Kai Havertz. I wanted Kai Havertz like 4 years ago.
I would take Kai Havertz.
Yeah, fuck that noise. You didn't have to talk to that piece of shit. I talked to him after the Chelsea-Charlotte game. Yeah, he fucking hates me. Trust me. We do not want that to go down. That is one dude that hates me strictly because I used the Bavarian and German that I could say like clearly. I don't know if I even told you. Liam, I don't know if I told you that story.
No, you haven't told me. No.
Okay. Basically, after the Charlotte versus Chelsea game, we were told we could do interviews and stuff, and I wanted Timo Werner, and at that point didn't realize that Timo Werner was getting transferred out. I also didn't realize that Thomas Tuchel was going to be a prick, and didn't realize that like they were going to tell us that they were going to do interviews and stuff, and then we find out later that the players come up to you and like they want you to sign like autographs and shit. And I don't want a damn autograph from a Chelsea player. What the fuck? I want that shit for. But now, granted, now Marcus Alonso and Azpilicueta, they did interviews, but I don't speak Spanish at all. So like to do an interview with them, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna do it in Spanish," and I was like, "Yeah, fuck that. I have no clue what the fuck to ask you." I took 4 years of Spanish and obviously didn't learn shit. But I mean, I could ask him like, "Where's the biblioteca?" and he'd look at me like I'm a fucking idiot. But or tell him like, "Hey, this pencil's sharp." You know what I'm saying? The stupid crap they teach you in high school. But so Kai Havertz comes in and I told him like in German, like, "Hey, I've got I want to do an interview." I'm like holding my and David saw me running around TST. I was holding like my microphone pointing at it and shit. And like, "Hey, can you do an interview?" And he like kind of does that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, "Nah, fuck off," that type of shit. But he had like the facial expression like, "Yeah, fuck off." Yeah. And so stupid me decided to use it because I'd just gotten back from Munich, so I tried to use the German that I knew. Not quite okay. David, you speak Spanish, right?
Yeah, certainly.
They're Spanish words that if you say it, it means one thing, like if you say it just like to each other, right?
Yeah.
If you change the tone of your voice, it changes the meaning, right?
Yeah, for sure. I get what you're saying.
So basically, what he acted like I was like not like important, so he was like shooing me off and shit. And I was like, "Hey, genau," and I like screamed it. Well, genau means like exactly or yes or right or something like that.
Yeah.
If you say it normal, in like a normal conversation.
Yeah.
If like you raise your voice, it changes it.
Mm.
And so I guess he took it like when I said it. No, the first thing I said, oh shit, what did I say? Because I said Haita Goshen afterwards. And we'll probably get demonetized for that, especially if they speak Bavarian. But it was I basically sat there and was like, yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying. But said it, when you say it in a high like scream,
like,
yelling it has a different meaning. Like, yeah, okay, motherfucker, type shit. And he turned around and he like was starting to walk over towards me, and like the Chelsea guys like pulling him away, and so I said it again. And I wasn't thinking through what I was saying. So I said it again, but loud enough so he could hear me like getting on the bus. Because he saw me like say something. And I was like, yeah, get out. So it was like, yeah, motherfucker, whatever. So when they were telling me to get on the bus, that's when I said that. So I guess he took that as me telling him like, hey, yeah, get on that bus or I'll like fuck you up.
Yeah.
So he started like walking back off the bus and started screaming shit in German. Now, granted, like I said, my German's not that level.
Yeah.
Well, Tuchel was saying something to him in German. Stupid me just forgot who the fuck I was, where the fuck I was, who was around me, and who I was talking to. And I just screamed from the top of my lungs, Haita Goshen! And nobody turned around, right? Except for the German speakers. Or ones that understood Bavarian, German, that type of shit. Because that means like, yeah, go fuck yourself. So I yelled that shit. Like everybody in the tunnel saw me, and that's the first time I ever met Thomas Tuchel. Was right after I said that, because he walked up, put his hand on my shoulder, and was like, "You understand like what you said and how you said it and the tone in your voice and all that stuff." I was like, "Yeah." I mean, all I said was like "genau," and he's like, yeah, but you understand, like in German, if you raise your voice, it changes what the meaning is. And I was like, shit. Because the girl I was dating tried to teach me that. And I told her, I don't need to know that shit. Well, obviously I do. But he's like, now the last part, he's like, do you know what you said? And I was like, yeah, I know what I said. He's like, because I know what you said. That's pretty messed up. You shouldn't say that to people. Like, fuck him. I don't give a shit. He can get his little candy ass back on that bus. I don't give a shit who he is. I'm a Bayern fan. I'm not a Chelsea fan. He's like, but you're a German fan. I was like, yeah, and I don't like him. So, yeah, basically, I told Kai Havertz to go fuck himself as he was getting on the bus. And I think Kai Havertz was trying to fight me. But, yeah, that's why we don't need Kai Havertz, because I know Kai Havertz hates me. And as everyone that I've ever met already knows, once you see this, it's hard for them to like forget the guy with the Bayern Munich guy. So it's either they really like you or they fucking hate you. Kai Havertz, I think, is on that fucking hate me list. So yeah, if we sign him, which is going to be a small chance, but if we sign him, I will definitely have to like make a video apologizing for that shit. But if he goes to Arsenal, yeah, fuck that. It rings true still. So yeah, fuck Kai Havertz, that son of a bitch. No goals, no goal scoring son of a bitch.
Sorry, how do you go from if he signs, I have to apologize, to then, yeah, fuck.
Hey, because as of right now, he's still at Chelsea, And if he goes to Arsenal, he is free fucking game for me, boy.
I generally think
Sweet baby Jesus. Hey, it would be the same as like say, I don't know, what national team do you follow the most, David? Since you're Colombian descent and American.
I mean, obviously the Colombian national team. I grew up watching them more than the U.S.
Okay, we'll do the U.S. because I don't know anybody on Colombia.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, I could say like James Rodriguez, but everybody fucking hates James Rodriguez right now.
Yeah.
But like, say James Rodriguez wants to go from whatever random ass team he's on. I think he's unemployed right now. But say there's like a 6% chance that he goes to Barcelona, or he goes to, I don't know, who's Barcelona's bitch in La Liga.
You could
don't say fucking Real Madrid because we know that's a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's not true right now. But you could say like an Ibar or like someone small like
or
that.
Like Sociedad or something like that.
Yeah, there you go, Sociedad.
Now, who have y'all beaten like into fucking submission in Champions League? Like beating them to death, like they can't even fucking talk to you anymore.
Not Bayern.
Well, obviously not that.
Sorry,
but I remember the 7-0 against Leverkusen where Messi scored 5.
Okay, so basically it would be like, say, James Rodriguez going to Leverkusen, like a 70% chance of him going to Leverkusen, or like a 3% chance of him coming to Barcelona. So it's like you support the national team and you kind of deal with his ass.
Yeah.
But either he goes to the team you can just trash the shit out of, and it's hilarious, or he comes to you and you're like, shit, okay, I guess I got to be nice to this piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. So, I mean, Liam, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're a fucking English fan. Nobody gives a shit about y'all.
Hey, I'm not an English fan. Whoa. Shots fired.
Hold on. Okay, so who are you pulling for?
Who do you think?
Don't fucking say Germany. You ain't German. Yeah, listen to that accent. Don't bring it up with me neither.
Right, I'm gonna have to mute him. 1 sec. Right, you mute him.
Unmute me, you son of a bitch. But no, like that's who you pull for is Germany.
Of course.
Why?
Jamal Musiala, Gnabry.
Okay, stop that shit. Stop that shit.
Don't make me mute you again.
Where are you from?
Germany.
Yeah, that accent really says German. So you're the guy that pulls for the team because his club team, all their players play for that team. Where do you live in England?
I'm about an hour away from London.
How did they not like kill you by now?
Because I don't care what anyone has to say.
Because I mean, those people are like crazy. Like granted, I've gotten in a fight with the English ultras, so yeah, I understand how nutso those sons of bitches are.
Of course, I support England, but we're just overrated and crap, to be honest with you. And if English people are watching this,
hey, I'm down with that.
You know,
I'm good with that. That's all I need to hear.
The only one that I would rate would be Bellingham. Other than that, they're just all
make sure somebody snaps that. England's just crap.
We're
all
crap.
right, let's see. Who says the guy on the show? I'm so lost because like they're having conversations in the chat. I don't know what any of they're saying. What's up to Ortiz? Somebody laughed. What's a Medea laugh? I'm lost.
I think someone was asking who I was.
Who is Ortiz? Well, obviously it's the guy on the fucking. Okay, so how do you say? Is it Lennon Hernandez?
Lennon, yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing you know who that is.
Yeah, that I know him.
Okay, well at least he has half of a brain because he's like the dude on the fucking show. Okay, yeah, I guess you need to reintroduce yourself to these people. Okay, I'll make sure. Everybody, this is David Ortiz. he is the guest on the show. So when they say Ortiz, they would be speaking to the young man on the bottom of the screen. All right, let's see what else we got.
While Ryan's looking for a question, on Gavi quickly, do you think another reason he's not playing as good, if you want to say, is because he's in Pedri's shadow?
Oof. I mean, I wouldn't say that because they've been teammates since youth.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's always been them two at the spotlight. You know what I mean? Not one or the other. But in a sense, one did break out right before the other one, so that might take a toll, right? But I wouldn't say they're in their shadow. I feel like it's the same thing as Iniesta, Xavi. Like they need each other at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Okay, Mama Ortiz done told on David.
What happened?
You ain't Colombian in U.S. You Colombian and Venezuelan.
Yeah, my dad is Venezuelan.
See, and your mom's Colombian. You ain't American.
Yeah.
Don't fall down that rabbit hole. Don't take that. Go with the good too.
But look. The only time I support U.S. men's outdoor team, the 11, is against Mexico. And every other team,
terrible.
I don't care if they. I don't.
That's
Any
terrible.
other team, I don't really care if they win or
What
not.
you got? What you got against Mexico?
Nothing. I mean, you saw the game yesterday. You saw the game yesterday. They don't know how to.
Besides, their fans throw bags of pee and cups of pee on people.
Yeah,
and y'all, Liam, you think I'm bullshitting? You need to go.
No.
I don't know what which time it was. I think it was Landon Donovan taking a corner kick and like all the cups and bags and stuff that's around him. Yeah, those aren't bags of beer, bud.
Yeah.
I've watched U.S. versus Mexico matches in person. Trust me, those are not bags of fucking Mountain Dew, dude. And see, that's my whole thing with a lot of soccer fans or football fans. Most of them don't ever leave. You know what I'm saying? Like they find their seat, they sit in their seat.
Yeah.
Where the hell you going to pee at? Because I know you've been drinking like 9, 10 beers. You got to pee somewhere, bro. I can only get through like 1 or 2, then I got to pee. So if you don't leave your seat and you've been drinking a lot of beer, we may have to start questioning where some of these fans are. Now they may be wearing a diaper. Who knows? But hey, I'd claim Venezuela because that's where Joseph Martinez is from. Joseph Martinez is the shit. Yep. I mean, Colombia don't have a whole hell of a lot. They got that basketball kid though. They do got, or was it basketball kid or was it the kid from the NFL that just got drafted?
First
defensive
NFL,
back.
Yeah, first Colombian in the NFL.
Yeah, he had that suit that had like the Colombian flag inside of it. Yeah, that shit was cool as shit.
So bad. I want that jacket so bad.
Yeah, all three of us combined cannot even put our entire wealth together and buy that. Yeah. But you can buy like a jacket, and I mean, there's people that'll put like that in as a liner. I have figured that out because somebody told me to do that with the German flag. I was like, does it look like I'm fucking stupid? I live in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We live in 2023. You could turn on the damn news at any point and find out you do not want to live in this state and claim like German because they think we're in the wrong century. But that's beside the fact. That's what I had to grow up with. But yeah, that jacket's actually pimp.
Yeah,
it actually fit him too. That was the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Your mama's all in this damn chat, son.
Yeah, she's active, supportive, always.
I'm waiting for her to get in a fight with somebody.
She probably would.
Let's see. He said something about they do that everywhere south of Texas. I don't know what that means.
Oh, the
pee in the cup thing.
Yeah. Okay.
They launch that shit everywhere.
Now, so they do that in like the Liga MX. Is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or is that like in every sport?
Nah, in Liga MX, you see that everywhere for sure.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that League's Cup's going to be fucking fun.
Yeah.
Because you played in the Dallas youth system, right? Or at the
Yeah,
academy?
so I played with the FC Dallas Academy until I was U17, and then my senior year of high school, I went to go play third division in Spain with a small team called Guijuelo. It's
Okay.
like 2 hours away from Madrid, right in
Okay.
between Portugal and Madrid. That a little city called Salamanca. That's where I was at for a
Okay.
season, and then after that, I got transferred. I went to Colombia. I signed a year in Colombia, but that year got wasted by COVID. So that's why I'm back in the
Okay.
States. Yeah,
Fucking
that's why I'm
okay.
back in the States. That shit ruined it, but it's all good.
Yeah,
All good.
because
I'm
I mean,
happy now.
I was wondering, because so does that put you in the same, I guess, classes with, like, say, Chris Richards and them, or was
Yeah,
Chris Richards a
so
little bit ahead of you?
no, it's me, Chris Richards. Obviously Weston McKinney, he was a little bit older, but I did play one tournament, GA Cup with him, because they put me on the older
Okay.
team for that tournament. I
So
didn't play much, but
you played with the fat bastard. Gotcha.
yeah. But I played with Chris Richards, Jesus Ferreira, Edwin Cerrillo, like basically all the guys at FC Dallas right now. I've played with them or seen them play at the youth level.
So you played with your twin then?
I didn't play with him. He was younger. He's younger than me, but I did
Oh, okay.
train with him here and there. You know what I mean?
He's a shitbag, ain't he? He's a shitbag, ain't he?
I mean,
Fucking
yeah.
goddamn terrible.
Yeah.
Can't talk a lot of shit about Dallas people, because Dallas puts out some talent, but yeah, Ricardo Pepe's fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
We'll just say it. If you fail at Augsburg, you're pretty bad.
Is that the guy we were linked with?
Fuck no, we weren't linked with that shitbag. He came to Bayern as a part of the FC Dallas youth thing, and we were supposed to like sign him, but the thing is like Augsburg beat us to the punch, because Augsburg actually paid, I think it was like 16 or 18 million for him, which is way more than what he's fucking worth.
Whoa.
But so they sent him on loan to, I think it was PSV Eindhoven, and he ended up, no, not Eindhoven. He played for
Robin's team, right?
yeah, it starts with a G.
Yeah.
But he scored a lot for them. Now Bayern has been linked in the past with Ferreira, but I don't like Jesus Ferreira because he doesn't do a whole hell of a lot.
Right.
Like in the MLS, he scored 4 goals in a game, but he didn't score again for like 8 games. I mean, and he's a smaller size striker. So, I mean, he plays very well in the MLS.
Yeah.
I don't know if he transitions very well to many leagues in Europe, just because of the height difference. Because he's kind of built like Joseph Martinez. He's a smaller guy that hugs the last defender and just waits. But that doesn't translate very well to Europe, because you have to track back and do more work. Justin Che was another one from Dallas that was at Bayern. And I think we sent him back to Dallas, I think is what we did, because he went to Hoffenheim and we didn't sign him or keep him. So I think he's either.
I think he's still at Hoffenheim.
No, because Hoffenheim didn't. He'll be there until I guess the 30th when his contract runs out, and then he comes back to Dallas. And I mean, my thing is he's a good right back / center back.
Yeah.
He's just young, but I mean, Dallas puts out a lot of players.
Yeah. Our youth system is insane. Like, there's players everywhere that came out of FC Dallas. Like,
I mean, and Chris Richards is a really good example of what you know what I'm saying, can come out of that area. So I mean, is FC Dallas would be the team that you follow in the MLS?
I mean, yeah, obviously I don't really, because I had my stunt with the first team, and due to some coaching changes and stuff, like I never got signed. So since then, I just kind of like fell back and was in my own lane. But obviously, if they win, I'm good. If they don't win, it's okay. I don't really support them that much right now. But
you're gonna be an Inter Miami guy, aren't you?
I'm a Messi fan, not a Inter Miami fan. So I'll buy the jersey for sure, but I won't care if they win or not.
Damn, who is Carlos Pereira? This man said, I will fight her. I hate to bring it to you, boss man. I don't know how mom is, and I don't know how well David would take that, but I would beat your ass just for saying that shit.
I don't know who that guy is, but
I beat the brakes off your ass. Don't be talking about mom like that. Mom, is she our mom now? Okay, well, she said bring it. So yeah, mom's about to beat this dude's ass in the damn comments. But yeah, we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I guess you've been coaching all day, so you're probably tired. So we'll kind of try to wrap this up a little bit. Your dog's like, dog's like, yeah, it's about time. But like, and Liam, I'm gonna do it like I normally do my halftime shows, just because I wanna see David's response to this. When you've got so many like kids and stuff like that are like, if you go to your Instagram story and stuff like that, there's a bunch of kids and stuff that look up to you. How does that make you feel to know that those kids look up to you, and even though you're such a young age, that they're looking up to you as like their hero? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, dude, I love it. I mean, obviously, growing up, being in their shoes, I always wanted a role model. Or I always wanted someone to look up to, and I always tell people this that ask me the same question. Like, I always want to be the person that I wish I had when I was that age. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Set the tone for them, help them in anything they need, build up their confidence, build up their skills, whatever it is. Like if they're going through something on and off the field, like I'll help them. You know what I mean? I've always been, you know, that type of guy, and I wish I had a player in quote like me when I was their age. You know what I mean? Because I really didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like obviously I'd see like Iniesta and all them, but I never knew them personally. You know what I mean? So me having the little platform that I have, thank God that, you know, I'm becoming someone as of right now, but I want to use that for good. You know what I mean? Put it into the kids' brains or help out anybody that I can. So that's just
now
it.
for those same kids and stuff like that. Obviously watching them on like interacting with you and stuff like that. They do see you as that role model, that inspiration, that motivation to go forward in the sport. Now, we'll give you that second, and Liam, you're going to tag this because I'm going to steal it and put it on my channel. But this is your chance to speak to them, speak to the fans that may be going through something that it's a like a dark time, maybe going through something that personal stuff like that. Because in this day and time, at least you're connected because you're one of the younger guys. You're connected and know how like they can get bullied and things like that on social media. This will give you time to speak to them, to motivate them through the second half of their day, week, month, whatever.
And I'm going to take both of us off the screen. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Oof, this is oof. No, I mean, obviously, if you're any young kid, here, hold on, any young kid that needs advice or that needs someone to talk to, I mean, look, you have my Instagram down below. You can hit me up. You're never alone in what you got to do, right? You're never alone. You always got me. If you don't think you have anybody, you always have me. Even if I don't know you personally, even if I never will meet you, you always have me to talk to or to lean on, right? No matter what you're going through, at the end of the day, if you keep your mind right and you focus in and you lock in and you do what you're supposed to do day in, day out, you're gonna see results at one given moment. And not everything's gonna be perfect. There's people that have different pathways that have it easier than you just because that's just how life is. Life isn't fair, and you know, you gotta overcome it. I've been through so much and I've overcame so much, and I'm going through some stuff right now, you know what I mean? And I still got to put a smile on my face and do what I got to do day to day. And at the end of the day, if you buy into that, you're gonna make it in life. And no matter if you want to be a pro soccer player or a pro coach or a scout, or even if it's not even related to soccer, this advice goes to anybody about anything in life. This is one of my favorite questions too, because it's just like I said earlier, I wish I had this, or like a player, because obviously my mom and dad supported me and did everything for me, but I wish I had a different voice to kind of wake me up, you know what I mean? Keep me on my toes. And yeah, you're never alone. You can hit me up on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. Like, I'm on all of those. And yeah, buy into what you gotta do day in, day out. Ignore everybody, ignore all the haters, ignore even the good stuff that they tell you. Keep it in your pocket, but don't get big headed either. You gotta find that balance in what you do. Fall in love with something, stick to a plan, and then obviously if something isn't working, then you find a solution right then and there, or whenever you can, right? But yeah, find that balance in between getting too cocky and accepting all the good, and then also not just letting all the bad hit you and bring you down and have you no confidence. So I've been through both of those ends. I've been the really cocky motherfucker that needs to be humbled, and then I got humbled, and then somehow, some way, I found my confidence back. And yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody has a different pathway. Everybody has different stuff that they're going through, and nobody's the same, right? Everybody's different, and it doesn't matter what you're going through. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I'm good with that.
I had to send him a message. I was like, dude, add us back.
So, man, I was letting him talk. I was letting him give.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're good.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 22. I turned 23 in September.
Wow, man. You're so young, and just, I'm only 24, but you got a good head on you, man. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It's
100%.
What I've been through, soccer related and non-soccer related. Maturity isn't about how old you are, it's about what you've gone through. So thank God I've gone through what I've gone through, and now I'm who I am now. So that's just me.
Damn. Lennon said, thank you for using some of the advice that he's given you.
No, he's helped me a lot this past year or two, for sure. And yeah, so Carlos Pereira is my dad, and it's just my mom and dad going back and forth in the chat.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry, my bad, Dad.
No, honestly, I saw that. I was like, I wasn't sure if it was my dad or not, because I couldn't see the picture, right? But he used the second last name. So I was like, wait.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because all I got to see, I don't have a picture, so
Yeah,
I didn't know.
no
My bad. I thought your mom was gonna beat the shit out of somebody there for a minute.
They're probably going at it at home right now too. So they don't want.
But I mean, I'm glad that we got to bring you on.
100%.
Glad that we finally got you to get you an interview.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure Liam snips the image.
He's basically saying that he's going to snip it and put it on his channel, which I'm down with. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anything to get the voice out. So for anybody that needs it, 100%. Let me know. And then if you guys ever need anything too, just let me know as well.
Oh yeah, and if anybody needs me, I mean, shit, I'm pretty easy to find. You could go to David. David can guide you my way. Same thing, David. If you need me for anything, just let me know.
For sure.
Because I mean, the thing is we've been both through some shitty times. Had people, attack character. Had people say some shit to us and about us in various areas at various times in our life that fucking sucked. Like I told Liam last time, I had somebody that I looked up to as a mentor. And that person basically sent me, and Liam seen it, and I think I sent it to you as well. where the guy just fucking just utterly said like I was dumb and all this kind of and said things that since 2016 he has told me to do all of those things, like be you, don't matter what anybody says or what the club says or anything like that, and then instantly flip and try to tear everything down. So I mean, the thing is I appreciate you and seeing how strong you are through all of the craziness and stuff like that. That, you know what I'm saying, having to go down to Colombia and getting that 1-year contract and COVID fucking that up. You know what I'm saying? Or going to try out for this team, going to this team, going to that team, and you know what I'm saying, trying to make that name for yourself and just continuing to go, because I know it gets to that point where it's like, at what point are you like, fuck man, it's just never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of the things that I tell my kids is like, you're gonna hear more no's than yes, for sure, and you got to learn how to cope with it and just use it. Don't let it bring you down, but use it as motivation to find that one perfect yes. You only need that one perfect yes. And as soon as you get it, use everything that you've been through and go for it. You know what I mean? Use that as fuel.
And I mean, and that exact thing is like, I got told no when I tried to cover the CONCACAF championship game, or the CONCACAF Gold Cup that's coming to Charlotte. Got told no that I couldn't cover like Atlanta or all these different MLS teams. And then it was like, all I needed was that one yes, and I got that TST yes. And I was like, okay, this one gives me the opportunity to get, I mean, I wanted hundreds of pieces of content, but at this point, I'm only like at 100 pieces of content. But you know what I'm saying? It's that thing of, I got that one opportunity, and that's all the opportunity that I needed. And hopefully it opens the door for next season. So, I mean, that's the good thing with your situation as well. Once you get that opportunity, like you said, when you go play for the national team and stuff like that, and hopefully you get seen by one of the futsal teams overseas in Europe. All you need is that one shot, that one chance, and then it just, you know what I'm saying, it skyrockets from there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. Well, Liam, you got anything else for him? Going on an hour and 41 minutes, so we got about 15 minutes.
I'll just ask him. In your career, what would your dream be?
Well, obviously, since I was little. I mean, I've already crossed a lot of things off my bucket list. Like, you know, I played a World Cup. Obviously, it wasn't the outdoor one, but it's a futsal FIFA World Cup. You know what I mean? I played a World Cup. I'm about to play a CONCACAF next year, hopefully, if I make the roster. So, like, my dream at the end of the day, since I was little, I've said to play in a World Cup, to play, obviously win World Cup, captain the national team, and then go to Barcelona, play Champions League, be captain, you know what I mean? Because then every team that I've played for so far, I've been a leader or a captain at one point, you know what I mean? So dream goal would be to go to Barcelona, play futsal Champions League, and go win it at this point, you know what I mean?
Don't let him lie. His dream is to go play chess for Bayern Munich.
Hey, I got a chess tattoo, so maybe that'll help out, you know.
Hey.
You're way too tatted up to be playing chess on an international level. But now, before we go, we got, I saw the one question. Who would be I guess, the best Bayern lineup with, I guess, whatever transfers or whatever? For me, Neuer at goal. De Ligt and, well, De Ligt on the right side, center back. Middle center back would be Kim Min-jae. Left center back would be Upamecano. So we're playing a 3-back.
Yeah.
And then we'd have Davies, Kimmich, Conrad Leimer, Guerrero.
Okay, yeah.
Guerrero. Yeah. And then, okay, so that's 3, 4.
Got 3 left, right?
So then we'd go Musiala. So that's what, 4, 7, 8, 9. Musiala and Muller. And then at the top, Dusan Vlahovic. I mean, at least to start with. Because until we know officially what the hell we have, it's hard to figure out where you're going to play everybody, because we're going to have somebody that's going to hit the bench. Because I don't know if we play a 3-4-3, if we play a 4-3-3, you know what I'm saying? I have no idea how in the hell. I mean, and the thing is and Tuchel, one of his favorite is 3 at the back, 4 in the midfield, and then have 2 really out wide, like a left and right wing, and then a striker. So if we do a left and right wing, then Thomas Muller's not going to be even on the field.
Yeah.
Would he play Musiala there though? Do you think?
No. No. You'd probably have to have like a Mane and a Coman, or a Serge and a Sané. I mean, I guess you could play Musiala on the left mid or left wing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're starting to get it a little hard to figure out. So I mean, I do not envy fucking Thomas Tuchel at all. He's gonna get hated no matter what he does. It's kind of like Xavi at Barcelona. You just have too many people that play in too many things, but you also have fans that can't let people go. So I mean, it's a good thing, like at Barcelona, that Piqué and Busquets and Messi and those guys have left. They clear up spots.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have guys like, you're never going to drop Pedri. You're never going to drop a Gavi. So the thing is what do you do at that point when you get to those guys? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to drop a Musiala, but it's also hard to drop a Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
But that's the reason you signed Conrad Leimer and Guerrero and stuff. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. But that's how I'd line up for now. That could change depending on who we get and who we don't get. Like if we don't get a number 9, then that completely changes everything. But all right, well, we'll let David holler on out of here.
100%.
Hey, no, you guys are good. I mean, this was fun. This was different than any other podcast interview that I've done, for sure. And
yeah, because we don't give a shit. At Bayern View, we don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be nice, but fuck that. Everybody's nice. We're what do the kids say? We real, son. Whatever the hell that means. But yeah, I mean, it's when we have guests here, it's more fun to interact instead of just making it interview and straight.
Just chat.
And at least your career wasn't as long as Jonah Romero. Holy shit. Jonah had stories like
mad stories.
Like for days. Like he was talking about like a coach that he would like punch in the fucking face and shit. But I mean, at least we were there to witness in vocalized like word form the rise and fall of the Guam national team just by his stories. Yeah. So it was like, this is fucking awesome. So,
that's crazy.
But yeah, we'll let you head on, and I'll holler at you on social media.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. You guys, like I said, if you guys need anything, let me know. And this was fun. I'll be down to do it again later on. You know.
Fuck yeah, we'll bring you on.
Hey, and make sure. Obviously, my season didn't start until November, but make sure you guys tune in. I'm about to pop off next season for sure. Watch.
Hey, I'm down. I'm waiting for that MASL season and stuff to start. So,
good.
100%.
Just make sure you send me whatever the link is to watch it and stuff. So I can make sure I find it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll stay in touch.
Okay.
I got you on Twitter as well. So
yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
All right, guys. That was David Ortiz, and I hope everybody in the chat area enjoyed his mom and finally figuring out that it was his dad It wasn't just like some random guy that was about to get beat up. So Lennon said, who was the coach? It was the Guam coach from. It was the most. Where did he say he was from? Was he British or Australian or something like that? I think it was an Australian coach that they had just.
The coach was the one he liked, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it was if you look over the coaches of the Guam national team, it was whoever the dude is from. I think it was Australia.
And he destroyed.
Yeah. He completely decimated the Guam national team and basically shit all over. Like they had all the best guys like ready to make a World Cup run, and basically he treated them like shit. Didn't call up a lot of the good guys. Wanted to move like a youth movement, but he kind of pissed away the guys that were in their prime. So yeah, Lyndon, I'd go if I was you and just had some spare time. Now, granted, that's a long episode, just like this one. Go back and watch some of that. And I mean, it's one of those that you can kind of like
watch it,
put it up.
Yeah.
Or like if you're driving to work or something like that, you can kind of fast forward it and just listen to it because we just let him go. Because I mean, the thing is like I was just entertained listening to it. But yeah, he was like, yeah, dude, I'd like beat the shit out of that guy. It was fucking awesome. So, but Guam is, I guess, in the World Cup play-in qualifiers or whatever the hell they're called. Yeah. For I think the Oceania division. So Jono at least should get a chance because I think they've got a new coach now. I think that's what he said. It's either a new coach or it's a coach that had been there previously that understands how good those guys were, even though they're kind of on the backside of their career now. But yeah, it's a good one. But everybody in the chat that came to watch, David, hopefully he did well. I think he did awesome.
Yeah, me
too. I don't know what Liam thinks, but yeah, it's still, yes, it took me a little while to kind of grasp that I'm the oldest guy in this entire damn thing. I cannot believe that y'all never got to watch that like Colombian national team in '94. Jesus, I feel old as shit.
I might search that up on YouTube.
Okay, watching that type of crap on YouTube does not
give it the justification.
Yeah, it to watch what that team could have been versus what actually showed up. That was the thing that kind of it hurts to know how good they were. It's honestly they should have been like a World Cup like winner like level. I mean, you had the German squad, you had the Brazilian squad, and I want to say that was actually the final was Germany versus Brazil. But that Colombian squad was definitely like a semifinal level squad. It had some amazing and Escobar was an extremely talented midfielder. It's just unfortunate what happened to him. But yeah, I want to say he was on his way to Chelsea, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Like at the end of the World Cup, and he was supposed to be going to, I believe it was Chelsea. So, I mean, you got to think if he would have went to Chelsea as good as he was in '94, would Lampard have been kind of what Lampard was?
Yeah.
Or would Escobar have been the Lampard? You know what I'm saying? Because in '94, you still had Frank Lampard. He just was a younger version. But you know what I'm saying? What could have been is the crazy thing. So, and to not to be able to see that damn scorpion kick save, yeah, y'all are fucking crazy. I remember when that was all over like ESPN and shit. So, enough of me being an old geezer. So, guys, make sure you head over to World Soccer Talk awards. The links in the chat somewhere.
Yeah, I'll post it now. I'll post it in there now.
Okay. And then just go vote for the Bayern View because we're going to need all the votes we can get. Well, hopefully David, when he goes finds those kids, he votes on all their phones. But yeah, I mean, I haven't went to like did the Best Buy route yet, where you go to like Best Buy and you vote on all the phones and all the tablets and all the computers. I haven't done that yet. I might if it comes down to it.
I like that you've got yet on that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, with me being associated with the channel, I kind of want to win now.
Oh
so,
yeah, 100%.
Like if there's a way of like voting multiple times, which I haven't found out yet, but I haven't tried a VPN yet.
I don't know what is with it, because my stepdad he voted when you first sent me the link, and then a couple of days after I sent it again, he was able to vote again. So I don't know if it eventually refreshes.
Yeah, and I wonder if because cell phones and stuff like that have like incognito mode, and you've got VPNs where you can be like on an IP from fucking Singapore. I wonder if you can. I don't know if that's against the rules, but I didn't see any rules where it says how you can vote. So I've got a VPN that has like 167 countries. I just might vote if it can do it. I'll just vote in 167 different countries. I mean, yes, it may be a little frowned upon, but what do you expect when the Bayern View has how many subscribers?
1,500.
Okay, we've got 1,500 subscribers here.
Yeah.
Arsenal Fan TV has damn near 2 million?
It's 1.6 or something like that, I think.
Okay, so they've got 1.6 million followers. Redman TV has like 600,000 or 700,000.
Yeah.
Basically, everybody, Tactical Manager has like 500,000 or 600,000. So the thing is if I can find a loophole of a VPN for 167 countries that just allows me 167 extra votes, is that really cheating when I'm going up against a fucking group of 2 million?
A giant, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now granted, we may get lucky because Redman TV won last year. They may be like, yeah, fuck it, we don't want to win this year. We may get lucky with that. But, I mean, to be in first right now, that's just insane. So, I mean, even if we do it the nice way and just vote once on literally everything, everybody's phone we find at the bar, then, yeah, I mean, that's cool. But it'd be cool to win because you're in England. You can actually go there and pick it up. And you can be like, hey, Redman TV, you suck. So, but yeah, just make sure y'all go vote as much as you do, as much as you can. That's not, Mom, it's not cheating. It's fine. Finding a loophole, still technically legal. We're just finding loopholes. Like most of the people in the U.S. when they go to court, they try to find a loophole. It's still legal, maybe unethical. But if Mom gets mad, then we can't do that. So. Plus, I don't really know how to make my VPN work past Germany. I'm afraid to pick any other country because I don't know how it works. It took me like 7 months to figure out how it worked for Germany. And yeah, my old ass doesn't need to be learning more technological things. It took me forever to figure out how to order an Uber. I don't want to. Yeah. You think I'm going to be able to figure out all that mess? Shit. I wish. So, but, all right. I'm ready to get off of her.
100%. I'll do the outro. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully, guys are all doing well. And that was a really, really, really interesting show. And he most definitely will be coming back on if he's down. So, yeah, thank you so much for everyone that has tuned in. If you haven't already, please do smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, we'll be back somewhere next week to do another show. Till then.
And hold on, shut up. Don't you salute yet. Make sure you subscribe to Halftime with Bayern Ryan because I need 1,000 subscribers. I only got 226 right now.
Yep.
This page is way bigger than my page, so
I'll put the link in the description. I'll put the link in the description for you. So yeah, until then though, mia sa mia, peace out.